Ladies and gentlemen, my thoughts on Smackdown, might as well read it on screen because it's in front of my face. My full thoughts on this Friday's episode of Friday Night Smackdown was a really good Smackdown, but honestly, with some stuff that made it feel more like a recent Monday Night Raw, which I call Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Garbage, because that's exactly what it is. Yes, it is great to have a moment to acknowledge all the champions on the SmackDown roster, and it was natural for Roman to exclude himself from all of that. But it was a bit passy to have it lead right into a match, though that is also very Teddy Longish, so they probably couldn't help but do this. The 6-women tag match was fucking terrible, or rather, written into a corner with Bianca versus Bayley going to happen again. Let me remind you that Bayley and Bianca were the only two that did good in this 6-women tag match. Everybody else did terrible. Neither of them was taking a loss, and it might have been too much for one of them to win. So that left it to the tag teams. Another title match on Raw is not good for the ratings, especially if it's a WWE Women's Tag Team title match. But it's glaringly obvious WWE is barely trying with the main roster women's tag division. Oh, whatever. The women's tag division is fucking awful. Nobody cares about the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Get those titles off our TV and split all of these paired up women's tag teams up. Nobody cares. It's almost a shame Eric Bogenhagen, who was Joseph Average, is now Rick Bowes, who was with Nakamura last night for the rematch with Corbin. Not for Bowes, because he did amazing on the guitar and has a lot of natural energy and charisma. This is more of a shame for Nakamura and Corbin because Bowes' energy and charisma. Who the fuck wants to watch Corbin on television every Friday night? I'm sure nobody does. I know I don't. He's terrible in the fucking ring. He's terrible with his promos. His ring gear is great. His attires always look great. It's just everything else about him is just awful. But anyways, this is more of a shame for Nakamura and Corbin because Bowes' energy and charisma. Bowes with Nakamura distracting Corbin so Nakamura could win doesn't really help Nakamura stay the king of strong styles. It should just be a 1-versus-1 feud, the crown on the line as the prize. That would help put both Nakamura and Corbin out while they wait their turns in the upper mid-card for the title opportunity to show up. Speaking of which, the one-way storyline is still going well. One of the only best things going for SmackDown every Friday nights, Rollins interjecting to keep Cesaro from getting another match makes sense, given he went after Cesaro at the end of Backlash. Looking at it now, I would have skipped having Rollins attack Cesaro at the end of Backlash to make his attack last night seem even more unprovoked and random. Cesaro's arm would still be bad from things that happened during the match at Backlash. And the neck could be played up because of Roman's guillotine hold. And then Rollins makes both of those worse last night. He did. Cesaro versus Rollins surely happens at Hell in a Cell. The cell optional, and maybe Rollins wins to get even from WrestleMania 37. Then Jimmy wants him and Jay to get back into the title scene, the tag title scene. And that scene desperately needs something more. But obviously, there's still the issue of Roman being so demeanoring. He won't even consider taking credit for letting the Usos go for the GOAT. He just wants the Usos to do what he wants. We're still on course for Jimmy having to literally fight his family on this. And Roman versus Jimmy at Hell in a Cell is still how I see this going forward. Now, the Prophets had a good promo to get on the Usos about the dysfunction, and I think that match still happens because Roman doesn't like the disrespect they're showing the family. So there's also a chance that the Prophets win in a way to further things with Roman and Jimmy too. Dominique winning is all well and good, but I'm surprised it was against Root. I want to say, doesn't SmackDown have anyone else? Because it feels like, no, they don't. The Mysterios had their feud with the Alpha Academy, so there wasn't going to be Dom versus Gable. I don't necessarily want to see a team take it from NXT, but something needs to happen to make the Raw down tag divisions feel strong again. Still hoping for Kevin and Sammy, but who knows? The Fatal 4-Way went about as I and everybody else in the entire IWC community expected. But to think Apollo would get lucky that now, of all nights, Aleister decides to go after someone. Sometimes WWE just can't let heel champions be strong on their own, and that's annoying. But Aleister going after Big E makes so much sense given how Aleister's portraying himself. Aleister is the voice of negativity, telling us all we're ranched weaklings. But Big E is the optimism, raising us up. These two make natural opponents. And this could be something that helps propel Big E into the upper card. Not that Aleister Black has tasted top title scene status himself, but Aleister himself has to start somewhere if he's to ever hold more than the NXT Championship. That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed hearing my full thoughts on this Friday's episode of Friday Smackdown, hit that thumbs up. And if you didn't, hit that thumbs down. Folks, I am getting out of here. Peace. Have yourselves a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you live for Jump Force tonight, live on YouTube. Have a nice day, folks.